Okay, so here is my pre-block swatch. And yes, that means we will be blocking our swatch. Stitch measurement can change after you block. So it's important to block your swatch so that you know what your final gauge is going to be. The length and width of the swatch is about 6 inches. And that way, when we're measuring our 4 inches, we're going to be able to do it in the center of the swatch. Okay, so let's measure our stitch gauge first. The supplies that you're going to need is something to measure with. I have a measuring tape. I like this one from Clover because it's actually made of fiberglass, so it's not going to stretch. But there are other measuring devices out there as well. The other thing that I like to have handy is a skinny little DPN like this. I'm going to be using this to help me count the stitches. It doesn't have to be a DPN. It could be something like a pencil. So first you want to lay your measuring device in the center of your swatch. So around there. And to count our stitches, first let me show you what a stitch actually looks like. So see these V's here? Here's a V. Here's another V. Here's another V. So each V is a stitch. So basically, over these 4 inches, we're going to be counting how many V's we have. Okay, so we're going to line up our tape measure so that it starts at the left edge of our first stitch here. And then usually I like to hold it down with my left hand, again, making sure everything kind of lays nice and flat. And making sure that when you adjust everything, that your starting point is still on the left side of one of your V's here. And this is why having a little DPN is helpful. Okay, so let's count our V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then as you can see, 15 ends here, but our 4-inch marker is here. We don't get to a full another V, it's only a half of one. So our stitch gauge is 15.5 stitches to 4 inches. So when measuring row gauge, again, you're going to want to be in the center of your swatch and you're going to line up your tape measure, this time vertically. And see your V's here. So we got V's going down. You're going to want to use your DPN. This is going to be really helpful. Your row starts kind of at the base of a V. So here, see this V right here? Let's stick our DPN right in there. So see how there's like a little bit of space. There's a little hole here and here at the base of each of these V's. So that's actually where we're going to be counting. So go ahead and stick your DPN right there into one of the little holes, and then make sure that your tape measure is lined up with it. Okay. And then we're going to count down. So go into each of the little holes at the base of each V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we have 22 rows over 4 inches. So our pre-block gauge is 15.5 stitches by 22 rows. So now let's see how it changes post-blocking. So by the magic of video production, I have my dried post-block swatch. So you're going to measure your post-block swatch just the same way as we did our pre-block swatch. I'm not going to go through it again because it's the exact same method, but I'll tell you what I found, and that was my post-block swatch measured 15 stitches instead of 15.5, and row-wise, instead of 22 rows, it was 21 rows. So this is a great example of why you should always block your swatch, because as you can see, the measurements of the stitches can definitely grow. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any follow-up questions, feel free to send me an email. Happy swatching!